Hey, so this is going to be a great video right here because my friend, Mr. Rudy Mawer, one marketing powerhouse that is one of my favorite people to talk about marketing out there, a good friend of mine that actually has done incredible scaling e-commerce brands. He's going to talk about in this workshop, in this little video, how to actually succeed in the world of social media advertising, how you can scale brands successfully. And there's many takeaways on this video right here. So make sure that you get ready to take your notes and implement some of the things that he talks about, because he's going to teach you the reality of the world of business, acquisition of customers, what it takes to really acquire a customer for the first time, and more. So pay attention, listen up. It's going to be a great one.
So I always ask people, how well do you know your LTV? How well do you guys know your data? Okay, because you can't do any of this. You can't make the right purchase decision, the right marketing, the right advertising decision unless you know your data. So who here thinks they know their LTV? Few of us? Okay, so we'll run a little exercise. So everyone stand up, and if someone's left standing, I'll give you $100. So this is me in the front in the red, right? And then you guys. So I'm going to ask you as we go through this to sit down when you kind of disqualify, okay? And I've done this presentation in rooms of thousands of people, a lot of 7, 8-figure business owners, and I don't think anyone's truly been left standing, so don't worry if you sit down fast, okay? So first question, this is the more simpler version of marketing that most of you should know. If you're running ads, how much do you pay to acquire a customer, okay? So say you're spending money on all your ads, you should know, well, Facebook, the average CPA is $60. Google, the average CPA is $90, okay? Most of you should know what you pay to acquire the customer, okay? After that, you should know what important metric. How much do you make back after day one? If you spend $60, do I make back $80, $90, okay? So you got to know that, okay? What about on day 7? How much have I made by day 7? Maybe per 100 customers, 20 of them upgraded to the premium package. And then they got my email follow-up and upgraded to something else, right? A membership. So that's day 7 LTV. So you should know by day 7, on average, I make this much. What about day 30? Okay, the longer it gets, remember that graph? It should continue to go up. Okay? What about 6 months? Okay, you know your 6 months.
I know my 6 months. But that's it.
What about per channel? Because Google versus Facebook ads versus TikTok ads versus the affiliates you hire versus the Instagram influencers, they're all going to give you a different LTV. Okay, they're all going to change how well you know those customers. The real life example I give this is, what about the Apple store in Beverly Hills versus an Apple store in the middle of nowhere overseas in a third or second world country? How much do you think their customers change in lifetime value? Very different, right? You know, some of the Beverly Hills customers probably have 5 iPhones sat in their drawer, 8 MacBooks, 10 AirPods because they lose them all the time like me, right? And 100 wires sat around. Their LTV is much higher. Someone else in a different country maybe saves up 4 years to buy 1 iPhone. And then they don't buy it every year, and they definitely don't have a MacBook or AirPods, right? So Apple as a company can't say, hey, we can spend $2,000 to make a customer sale. Because then the manager in this other country is like, hey guys, we can spend $2,000 to sell an iPhone. Apple's going to go bankrupt real quick in that country. But in Beverly Hills, that could be a great marketing decision because they make $30,000 per customer. So two grand's nothing. So you have to know it by channel as you get more advanced. And then what's the most advanced part? Well, it's all well and good knowing in Beverly Hills, we spend $2,000 to make the sale, and we make $30,000 back over 10 years. But what you really want to know if you get really advanced, which Apple will know, is what are all the different products they're buying that take someone from 2 to 30K? Because then what do? They email those products out to their newsletter. They put those products at the front of the shop. When the sales consultants are working with a customer, there's like 50 different products to sell. How do they know what to say? They go, hey, do you see the new MacBooks that came out? Let me show you. How do they know that? Because they know what people buy that increases the lifetime value the most. Okay? And finally, if anyone's still standing, okay?
Only staff are standing.
Any staff. Can you come up here and show me this updated dynamically and live? Why is that important? Because buying decisions change every day. How you change your website changes every day. What if you remove a banner on the top page of your website that gave you a massive LTV boost and you didn't even know, and you were still spending hundreds of dollars in the red? 6 months later, you're like, I'm going back, there's no money in my account. I don't get it. I did the maths 2 years ago that I could spend this much and make this much. But then you made 100 different changes throughout those 2 years, and now you've changed something in the wrong direction. Who's ever made a bad marketing decision? Yeah. So you wouldn't want to do that if you were going in the red, right? You have to know this and track it as it changes, because your business and your customers and your competition and the environment and inflation and the world crisis is ever changing, which changes buying behavior. Okay? So fun activity, but hopefully you guys see the brands with the highest lifetime value will always win because they can pay the most to acquire a customer. Who's going to win? Apple that can pay $2,000 to make a sale, or BlackBerry that can make $200? We know the answer. Okay? The brand that can pay the most to acquire the customer, that can spend the most on shops and stores and locations and sponsored celebrities, and the most on ads, they're going to stay alive, they're going to thrive, they're going to grow, they're going to get market domination, and they're going to put brands that don't get this out of business. Okay? It happens at the billion dollar level. It happens here today in Clearwater, or in Largo, and in St. Pete, and in Tampa. Okay? The brands that have the best presence and the most advertising will always win. Okay? So, if you can spend $100 to make a $100 sale, but over 4 months you make $400 back, okay? You're going to have a much more successful business. You guys all see that, right? If you made 400% more money on every single sale right now today in 4 months, your bank account would look a lot healthier. Your company would look a lot healthier. You'd be able to hire that employee that you've always wanted to hire, or add in that new product that you've always wanted to add, okay? So this isn't just about money. This is about fueling the expansion of your company, okay? So in one of my businesses, one of my better businesses where we've spent 3 years building this and obsessive over this, we make 10 times the ROAS after 30 days. After 6 months, we make 15 times ROI. So this allows me to do what? To pay more per customer, to spend more on ads, and to grow the company quicker. Okay? So you guys agree, lifetime value is key. You need to implement lifetime value into your business, and then that makes everything else you do easier.
If you're enjoying this content, please go ahead and subscribe. Help me comment below and let me know if you have any questions about marketing. And I'm on a mission to help as many of you as possible conquer the marketing world. So help me out. Subscribe, hit that button, hit that bell, get notified. Go ahead and subscribe right now.